Isaac and his mother lived alone in a small house with a huge ass basement. I mean, have you thought about how big this basement actually is? Probably not, because you have a life. But I don't, so I will answer it for you. And let me tell you, the final result is not what I expected. But what exactly do we define as a basement? If we want to be as realistic as possible, let's say everything from basement 1 to the mother, because the cathedral, shoe and chest are more of a metaphorical floors. I will also not be counting the devil, angel or planetarium rooms, dice rooms or Excel floors. Okay, first off, we need to measure how big a normal room is. We will need the width and the height of the room. To measure them, we will need something for comparison. And after a quick Google search, we find out that Isaac is 1 meter or 3.3 feet tall. If we place a few Isaacs in a room, we will see that a normal room is 11 by 6 Isaacs or 11 by 6 meters. This comes up as a total of 66 square meters. Now that we know how big a normal room is, it is easy to calculate the volume of the other room types. Now all we have to do is to see how many rooms are per floor, the type of the rooms, and then we can easily calculate how big Isaac's basement is. But wait, we have a problem. These things. Every obstacle such as holes, spikes or rocks make the space of the room smaller, and we want to calculate only the walkable space. And since there are thousands of layouts for every room type, it is near impossible to calculate the actual space. So we will do the following. We will calculate the average non-walkable spaces in the rooms, then we will subtract this percentage from the total area of a room, and we will have an average estimate. So I did a couple of runs from basement to mother, counting the rooms and the room types on every floor. I also estimated the percentage of non-walkable spaces in every single room. How? First off, I divided each room into a 6 by 11 grid, then I counted how many of those tiles were blocked by rocks, holes or anything Isaac can walk on. Then I divided that number by 66 and multiplied it by 100 to get the percentage of non-walkable spaces for the room. Once I did that for every single room, I added up the percentages and divided by the total number of rooms in the run. That gave me the average non-walkable space for the entire floor set. Now all I gotta do is subtract this percentage by the total area of the basement and we will have an answer. I did a total of 5 runs from basement 1 to the mother and these were the stats. So after all, we can say that Isaac's basement is 7,863 square meters. And just so we can compare it, this thing is roughly the same size as a small IKEA store. But what about the extra floors, such as sewers or mines? I mean, they are not exactly part of the basement, but they are also not as metaphorical as the cathedral or the chest. So if you do the same thing with them, we get 12,840 square meters. What the hell. Since we're here, why don't we add the whole thing just for the sake of it? So I did a couple of runs to the void because fun, you know, and I estimated that Isaac's basement from basement 1 to the mother with sewers, mines, womb, hush, cathedral, shoe, chest and the void comes up to a whopping 30,060 square meters or about the same size as the Louvre. And now tell me how big is your basement for comparison. Thank you for watching, and if you like that type of content, a like and subscribe would be much appreciated. Thanks.